Let's talk about what is minimalism and why I'm afraid of using that term on my videos. There's confusion when people use the word minimalism on the internet. Its definition is not new at all. It's been used for so long to describe all sorts of arts that people may ask, are you talking about paintings, music, architecture, interior design, coding? On the other hand, we'll have the ones asking, you mean that shit about getting rid of everything? And you answer, yeah, but no! That's actually the next misconception. You don't need to get rid of everything. It's not about austerity or switching to a hippie lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with those either, but people would just use those names if that was the point. It's not about getting rid of all your belongings nor following step by step Marie Kondo's book. Unless that's what makes you happy. What is exactly minimalism as a lifestyle then? Well, I'm not a fan of people telling others that there's a universal meaning for such a wide word. And that's also why there's confusion even at this point of the conversation. Let's compare it to describing another controversial word, love. What is love? The first meaning that evokes to most people is the deep, tender, passionate affection for another person, especially when based on physical attraction. But we all know that there's an equally strong love without the sexual attraction when we love our family, our friends, our pets, parents to children, children to grandparents, and of course, romantic couples who identify as asexual. There's not a one and only good way of loving. Every relationship has its own boundaries and roles, inside jokes, flaws. That same example can be used to describe how minimalism works overall. The key is to set boundaries and do whatever works for you. Some minimalists choose to get rid of even their furniture and sleep on the floor because they get a personal benefit from it, and that's okay. There's also minimalists that own a tiny amount of clothes based on a few classic atemporal pieces that never go out of trend, but without really setting a budget limit for them, focusing on quality and design. Maybe you know someone who might not even consider themselves minimalist because they don't know this thing exists, while owning way less amount of clothes, shoes, or kitchen utensils than others who claim to be in their perfect minimalist balance already. And that's completely fine. I don't know if you got here to learn what is minimalism, or if you're in a YouTube loop binge watching random videos all related to this topic, already knowing what to do. But just in case, let me answer in the shortest way possible the question I made earlier. What is minimalism as a lifestyle? It is understanding the purpose of the things around us. The reason why we own fewer possessions is just to avoid distractions and clutter, to be able to focus on what matters the most and feel a sensation of freedom because we are not driven anymore by that cultural thought that the more we buy, the happier or the more successful we'll be. In my opinion, this is not part of the answer anymore. It's a process that each individual should have internally and not really based on how many objects you have in your space. One thing will lead to the other eventually. In my personal practice, I feel more comfortable saying that I'm aiming for a simple life instead of I'm becoming a minimalist. I feel kinda embarrassed because, first, I don't know if the other person is gonna understand that for everything I already explained. Second, I would be worried about all the misconceptions I'd have to clear up. No, mom, I'm not gonna throw away my Nintendo Switch. Yes, I know I can live without it, but that's not the point of... Since I say minimalism to talk faster with my best friend, I feel like I have to justify every non-essential purchase I make, even when they're not judging me at all. In the end, if I'm afraid to use the word minimalism, it's because of the extremely high expectations we set. Because we only see perfect people on social media, with their shit together, and them being the perfect minimalist, or the perfect vegans, or the perfect zero waste, or whatever lifestyle you would like to approach. If we stop setting those unrealistic expectations, we will be able to actually try, in a moderated way. I've been months postponing this video, this whole channel that I'm starting right now because I'm afraid of people judging me for not trying hard enough, because I'm just going step by step, and I dare to already show it without brand authority. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not an expert on the topic. I haven't even read Marie Kondo's book because I started doing it my way by myself, but I'm gonna definitely research from now on to be able to offer compelling content with sources to rely on, even if it's to explain that I just disagree. If you wanna follow my transformation from a hoarder to a sort of minimalist, or if you would like to try decluttering your home and you don't know where to begin, for example, I would appreciate you staying around. Maybe subscribe to find my next video, or give a like to this one. Feel free to comment your lifestyle goal. Let's share this messy yet probably relatable slow process. And thanks so much for watching!